Put the fucking mic on.
I think we should just get it started off with this.
Mail. Yay! I got mail.
Reaching in the mail bag, pulling the letter out, opening it up. Lurch, what do we got here?
We have a letter, if you will, an email from Juan Ramirez, and he had a question. He said, I would like to order a butt buffer. Yes, because of all your jokes about the ass. A laugh out loud. I have a Mustang seat. According to the website, it's 19 front width. What size should I get? And my recommendation, because I do have a Mustang Super Tourer on my 2015 Road Glide, is the large. The large is definitely the pad for the touring seats.
Yep. Any touring seat, go large. That's right. Even if you don't have a large ass like Lurch.
I got no ass.
That's right. Having troubles keeping your pants up lately. Also, I think we announced Lurch's 2015 Road Glide is for sale.
Yes.
We just haven't posted it.
I just haven't posted
community,
it yet, but the community wants to reach out to me. Yeah, absolutely.
If anybody would like, has interest, eventually he'll post it in the private Patron member Facebook group, but here publicly, by the time you're hearing this, it may be a while if you're not a member, but a regular podcast format. But nonetheless, you can always hit us up over on the website and show your interest. And because he got his new 24. So just wanted to make a quick announcement about that. Speaking of butt buffer, you want to ride longer or you're tired of a sore and achy ass?
You know it.
Well, Juan Ramirez fixed it with a high-quality butt buffer seat cushion. He headed over to the lawabidingbiker.com and he went to /store. Again, he went to lawabidingbiker.com /store, Juan did, and he checked out our full line of butt buffer seat cushions. And not only did he do that, he wasn't certain on which one to get. And hopefully this helps the community, but he just asked us a question over at the store. And it's nothing over there but bikers helping bikers. We put listings, we put a lot of information, but sometimes people still have a question, and that's okay. And we helped Juan.
Yeah, here's his order right here. I'm looking at it. He also added a 4-piece saddlebag pouch to it.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
Juan, thank you. Thank you, Juan Ramirez, for your support and for leaving us a question. We love it. We love sharing questions like that because if you have that question, many others within the community may have the same questions and we can clear those up. So thank you for taking advantage of that. One, what he did is he went over to lawabidingbiker.com /contact. Again, /contact. You can leave a voicemail over there. Use your microphone built into your phone or your computer, free, anywhere in the world. And we'd love to hear your voices. You can also leave an email over there like he did, just a contact form. Also, separate from that is our contact page over on the store. If you end up on the store, there's also a contact button. There you can leave us there's a contact form. You can leave us drop us a line or email there for if it's a store related question. But nonetheless, we check them all. And thank you again, Juan, for the great question. Hey, Bikeaholics, Zero 3D has a wide variety of innovative products for your Harley-Davidson and a brand new line for the all-new Honda Goldwing named Gold Strike. Top quality, affordable chrome lighting and comfort products, Zero Gold Strike, are the motorcycle LED lighting innovators for CAN bus plug-and-play system compatibility. I need you to head over to lawabidingbiker.com /store, and I need you to check out our full line of Zero 3D products ASAP. And we'll talk about Zero 3D a little bit later in the episode because we've installed some stuff. We're using some brand new stuff for the 24 and newer with the new fairing redesign. Exciting stuff. I've got it on my bike. Those videos are going to be popping, but we will dive into that a little bit later. Welcome back, you freaking bikeaholics. This is the podcast for the motorcycle majority, the Big MM, also known as the
99%.
Large and in charge of the motorcycle scene more than any time in history. By listening, by being here, you're part of what we call the hashtag
Biker Revolution.
Lurch has one question for you.
What are you waiting for, Bikeaholics? Mount up and let us take you on another wild-ass ride.
Brian Urlacher here, your host of the Law Abiding Biker podcast and your
high-tech redneck.
All right, so we're going to dive into today's episode. A lot to talk about, and it is all about, you might be seeing it in your social media feeds. some intellectual property in the form of copyright infringements. Intellectual property was stolen from me multiple times. This company is probably popping up in your Facebook feed. It's probably popping up in your Instagrams and elsewhere. It's a sketchy ass company. They're stealing other influencers' intellectual property. They're trying to infiltrate the biker community. And like I said up front, we're not going to have it because this is a biker revolution. They used to be able to do this shit back in the day before, we had, the accessible things like this, like a podcast platform, a very large YouTube channel, and we can call these companies out. And not frivolously, we waited a long time before we did this video. Multiple violations after violations. We tried every other avenue. At the end of the day, there's no compliance by the company. And so we are just going to do what we do best and put it right out to the biker community and call them out. And you guys can make a decision after the episode, whether you want to block them, and or if you're actually interested in their products or not. I'll let you make that decision, do your own research. But nonetheless, we're going to go down a little bit of a rabbit hole. And there's another new company since this one popped up that I just found and is in my social media feed doing the same things and selling the same kind of cheap ass stuff that's not even really for motorcyclists. Anyways, it's going to be a fun episode, and we will share more here in a bit. But really, it's a public service announcement for the biker community. All right, so we love our sponsors up front, of course. Oh, you know what? We got a new free video alert. Do you want to announce that? We're cranking out the videos. That's all I got to say. So if you're not over at the YouTube channel and you're just waiting for podcasts, we love having you on the podcast, but the YouTube channel, you got to get over there if you want to keep up on stuff.
Yeah, you've been, or we, and you, because you got to edit all the video, although we did pick up Matt Haywood, which helps out, but you're in your retirement bubble and you're cranking up the content, so it's coming out fast and furious. This new free video is the flashlight every biker needs in their garage. It's a game changer. Head on over to the show notes and click on that link. It is we have a couple different flashlights. This is not the one that you roll up and put in your saddlebag. This is the one that you can use in your shop. It's magnetic. It's flexible. You can hang it from a hook, clip on your shirt. It's badass. Just sold one to a gentleman yesterday down at the store.
A walk-in.
Yeah. Great flashlight. It's very handy. We used it recently when we did a Ciro license plate install on my bike. We were able to just magnetize it to the saddlebag support and use the flexible head and turn it and put the light right up inside the wheel where we needed it.
Yeah, it's handy.
Little deal.
The Flexit. It's called the Flexit, guys, and 6.5 is what it's called. Yeah. Let's head over to the store. And if you guys are, 3302 Main Street, Union Gap, Washington, there's a walk-in if you want to stop by and feel it and see it. A lot of guys are doing that. We're getting busier and busier with walk-ins. Of course, we're still, our main huge is online sales. We're open 24 hours a day, 365, guys. And this is the Biker Mechanic Pocket Flashlight Flexit 6.5 flood light spotlight, 650 lumens, crazy bright. But you do need to just head over. The best way to do it, always, guys, if you're interested in a product, just head over to the Law-Abiding Biker Store, go to the product listing, scroll to the bottom. There will be an embedded video, both review and tutorials, if there's a video that we've done associated with a product, and so many of them, we have done that. I'm not going to go over everything, but just go look at it. You'll understand why it's called the Flexit, and watch the video. It is absolutely amazing. In fact, I need to grab another one from the store because I want duals here in the shop. It'd be nice to have even a second one. Amazing Flexit, very unique thing, and the amount of angles you can get with this thing, and we are just absolutely loving it. I loved it so much. As soon as I found it, I'm like, that's going to the Law-Abiding Biker Store. There's no doubt, and a very reasonable price, going to last you a long time. Every mechanic needs it in their shop. Again, the Flexit 6.5. I encourage you to go over and check that video out. All right. So we appreciate our sponsors, of course, up front, our regular sponsors, but these folks are also a reason we are coming to you, going on 14 and a half, 15 years. What episode are we at, or something you said the other day?
If this isn't,
podcast.
400. I think I just put 400 out.
Jesus,
Or I will be putting it out.
crazy.
Yeah.
Close enough. All right.
Yeah, definitely. I think I put it out just the other day, 400.
Who's some of our newest patron members that have signed up to support us?
We'd like to thank Chris Rawls of San Antonio, Texas. He's a top-tier patron. Greg Resner of Seymour, Indiana, also top-tier. And Matt Angulo of Kansas City, Missouri.
lawabidingbiker.com/Patreon. Patreon. Very easy to get signed up. You just pledge a certain amount each month, and you decide on what level of benefits that you want to receive. Very simple, guys. And there are a plethora of benefits, such as t-shirts and stickers. You get access to the private Facebook group, which is a troll-free zone. It is nothing but bikers helping and connecting with other bikers in there. It's literally a 14-year forum. You can search. So if anybody's ever talked about a flashlight or tires, you can literally, people forget about that functionality, and you can search that, and you'll get 14 years of threads and people talking and helping each other in that community. And if you're looking for riding partners and riding buddies in your area, that's going on in there. It's just a multifaceted group in there. And again, complete safe zone, troll-free zone, bikers helping bikers. So access to live video broadcasts and chat like we're going to do later today. You get access to podcasts early, such as this podcast will be uploaded within a day, usually to the back end of your Patreon account, so you'll hear it months before everybody else. Access to premium videos up on request, and of course access to all the ride meetup and events, not only the sanctioned law-abiding biker meetup and event in Canada coming up here shortly, and also just all the rides that are being organized in there. And from the bottom of my heart, you know, I've said it for a long time, patron members are literally the backbone of law-abiding biker media. And it's a way that you can support us that really says, you know, thanks for what we're doing, and we're cranking out the content. Now with a monthly subscription, you know, it used to be per piece of content. Now I'm putting out triple what we used to do, and you're getting it for the same price because it's just one simple fee a month. And that helps us grow this thing and reach more bikers around the world so they can join this thing we call the biker revolution. So thank you so much. Really, really, really. If you've considered it here in 2025, it would be a great time because we're continuing to ramp up. And by you supporting us, you're literally basically not only supporting us, but you're supporting other bikers around the world because we can put out more content and help more bikers based on the level of support and finances coming in, because law-abiding biker, as it's growing, is more and more expensive.
It's not getting cheaper.
It's not getting cheaper. You know, the amount of money coming in is the amount of services and free stuff and things we can put out to the biker community, because that's really, at the end of the day, all we want to do, and how we started 14 years ago. And it's still our mission is just really to help bikers. We just upped our, at the store, we upped our dumpster because we have so much cardboard and stuff
this
now.
Is some behind the scenes stuff.
Behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Just little things like that, like another expense. It's just like one thing after the other. And we appreciate all of you shopping in the Law-Abiding Biker store. That's another awesome way that you can support us just by shopping over there in the store. So thank you so much for all the new patron members for getting signed up, and enjoy your benefits. And if you have any questions about your benefits, hit us up. But they're pretty self-explanatory. Take advantage of them. That's all I'll say. Oh, I forgot to say another benefit that I usually throw in there is you get a store discount, 10% off year around with your patron discount code. So anything in the store year round, that's a huge savings if you're shopping in the Law-Abiding Biker store. So there's a lot of benefits to choose from there. Anything, Lurch?
Especially if it's over $100 and it ships for free, and you live outside of Washington State and there's no tax, you're basically getting that whatever you're ordering at cost, pretty much, right? I mean, it's almost free. Why not? Yeah. Why not order?
It's basically free. Basically, we're paying you to shop in our store. So yeah, all right.
Well, yeah, just lots of savings opportunities for you,
for sure,
especially as a patron.
Glad you mentioned that. All right, so let's dive in here.
Okay.
I'll try to keep this somewhat organized here.
And before you do, I just want to say, this isn't the first violation that this company you're about to talk had with us. We've tried to resolve this behind the scenes, and they just didn't want to listen. So now we want to make sure that everybody knows about them. And then we're just going to put the information out there. You make your decision whether or not you want to buy their stuff.
Yeah, good point. And I said that in my YouTube video. This YouTube video blew up. I think it's got like 40,000 views now. I looked this morning.
Jeez. That's good by today's standards.
That is really good by today's standard, especially, with the saturation in YouTube. It's unfortunate. It's just, oh God. I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole.
No, don't.
I'm not. Okay. All right. So if you want to go see the video, check it out. It's pretty much what I'm going to tell you here, but we're obviously, podcast long form. We can get into a lot more stuff and give a lot more opinion based stuff. The YouTube video is pretty succinct, but I just wanted to get it out to the biker community. Like Lurch said, this is 2 years in the making. I could have put out a video 2 years ago, but I'm not that kind of guy. Hang on, the iPad's going dead here. It's giving me a warning. Let's see, 10% should be charging now. Yeah, let me make sure. But so I could have did it 2 years ago. Allow, and I didn't because that's just not how we want to.
Just not how we roll.
Stand by. I got me a little issue here, and we will get this back up and running. All right, we are back up and running. So I digress. Little technical stuff here in the studio you guys get to be a part of. It makes for great content. So I could have did it 2 years ago, but that's not the kind I always, I think it comes from Lurch and I's background in, many, many years. Lurch 25, me 30, law enforcement. Right, 25? Yeah.
25
and a half. Oh, boy.
Don't short me on that half.
4 months and 3 days. Okay. But we like to have a level head. We like to, before we react to these sorts of things, we've been in court before. We organize cases. We like to look deeper at everything before we just go off the rails. And, it takes a lot for me before I call a company out. That's not something that I would do unless there's prolonged, things going on, and something I'm really concerned about the biker community getting ripped off. And this wasn't something like somebody emailed me and I just made up my mind. So anyways, the name of the company is called Winx Wheels, Winx Wheels. And so 2 years ago, this started, and we'll get a little bit deeper into what kind of intellectual property they stole and copyright, but they started running Facebook ads and Instagram, and it was in my feed. Here's the deal. Number one, obviously this company is not a company of bikers. And what's your test on that? When you start testing, you're like, okay, so the biker community, you all know, which we love and we're a part of, for the most part, has each other's backs. Like we communicate each other. Like when you're out on the road, there's only bikers you haven't met. You see somebody, it's an instant connection. Bikers help each other. We talk, we, stop at a gas station. Hey, where are you guys going? It's a very tight knit community, and we don't do each other like this. Number one. Number two, you're not a biker company if you don't realize that bikers watch out for each other, and that if you start running and stealing intellectual property from guys like me, who obviously are large in the space, right? We have a large YouTube channel, podcast, number one listened to motorcycle podcast for, and we're going on 14 and a half years. It's like people know my face. Obviously they know Lurch's face or whatever. And you start using our content. Somebody's going to be like, Hey.
Especially if it's something that doesn't seem like we'd be behind.
Right.
Yeah.
Some cheap Asian product.
Uh-huh.
Right. Not all Asian products are cheap, by the way. But clearly, like Lurch says, these are. And so obviously, and I appreciate the community reaching out. And so people started sending me, hey, just want to make you aware, Ryan, I saw this in my feed. And I started getting, quite a few different contacts and, post forwards and things like that. So that's how I became aware. So thank you. Please, to the biker community, after this episode, please do that. Even if you're not sure, please, because it's saturated, Instagram and Facebook and all the social media platforms. It's hard for me to sift through and find all this, copyright infringements and all that. So I thank you for taking the time to do that. So please continue to do that, because that's how I learned about all this. So 2 years ago, this happened. And at that time I found Winx wheels, and I found an email, and I emailed them, and they, one of the customer service reps, eventually got back to me, and I really just wanted it to go away. And I said, hey, basically cease and desist. This is my intellectual property. And and so they temporarily took the post down. They emailed me back, and this is a typical company that's, which you'll find out this is a joke of a company. It's not even really a company on paper, maybe. But the gal, and I saved all the emails, me, like I said up front.
Oh yeah. You got a whole file.
I got a whole file. Me and Lurch, we prepared cases, to put people away for many, many years. And we cross our T's and dot our I's there, effing with the wrong people when it comes to that. And so, I say I still have all the emails. I have the original post. Of course, I recorded them all, screen recorded. I've got files and folders, because I was like, I don't know if this is going to go away. But they got a hold of me back and said, oh, we're so sorry. And they always pawn it off. This is what companies like this do. We'll reach out to our video editors, not, and have them not do this. Okay. That is not a defense when you go to court for intellectual property. Whoever you hire for video editing, or if it's an employee, you are, at the end of the day, the company owner is responsible for all content. It's just like me. If I, for whatever reason, he's editing podcasts and he's throwing in, copyrighted content that from another company, and I say, oh, I'll talk to Lurch, tell him to stop doing that. That is not a defense. But they got it, and I was like, okay, that's second how I knew they're so shady that they're going to pull that kind of bullshit. And so they did take him down temporarily, and I was like, okay, that's enough. Just, they've been warned. Let's keep it at this level. So I stopped thinking about it. Now, granted, my intellectual property has been stolen many times before, but this is bad. And you guys understand why I want to explain what they did. This is really bad.
Yeah, the way that they were using you.
Yes.
And twisting your words to portray something that was not accurate.
Yep.
Versus just taking some of your footage and putting it in a YouTube video. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's very egregious.
Yeah, very egregious. And so fast forward a couple years, I had got guys that were really busy, and I had one or two people email me. Well, the same ads went back up. All right. And I looked at it and I was like, son of a bitch. And I wanted to deal with it. I'm very, very busy, and I should have dealt with it a year ago, kind of let it go. But then it kind of went away. It faded, and then it came back up. And so as of recent, multiple people got a hold of me, more than the usual. I was like, okay, this is not going to stop. And so this is when we took kind of a different approach and a deep dive with Winx wheels. And I looked at the video, and it was a bit more egregious than even the first ones. They kind of ramped it up, so to speak. So I think what we want to do now is, before I go into what we did this time and kind of the rabbit hole and the dive into Winx wheels, I think we should so I'm going to give a little context because this is a podcast audio. But in my YouTube video, I break for a minute and I actually show the Instagram reel that they did, the one that's been circulating for some time. And basically the products that they're trying to push, right after this, let's talk about the products they're going to push and the cheap Asian crap and kind of why they're a pop-up company. But it's some padded bicycle shorts, guys. I know a lot of you are like, I've seen those.
And people have bought them because they thought you recommended it.
Yes, and I want to get into that. We've got some notes on that. Okay. So yes, we're going to go down that rabbit hole a little bit too. But let me just set this up before we get in any too deep. So it's padded motorcycle shorts for bicycles, but they're trying to make them for motorcycles. You're going to hear my voice in here. And we'll talk about it in a minute. Basically, it was a video that I did on the butt buffer for our beloved butt buffer seat cushion, medical grade material that helps riders, treat your ass and respect. You guys have heard all the ads I've done. We sell the shit out of them in the law-abiding biker store for a reason, because they're actually a good product. But they've manipulated that. And over the top of this video, you're going to see these, if you won't see them because you're listening, but over the top of my voice, and then they'll throw in other people's voices, but you'll hear my voice specifically, and they're putting over the top of that the padded shorts and making it relatable only to the padded shorts, nothing about the butt buffer or anything like that. So that's the setup. So just kind of listen to it. If you want to see it, go over to the YouTube video. It'll be in the show notes for this podcast episode, and you'll be able to click through and actually watch what they did. So here we go. All right, I'm sitting here in the law-abiding biker store. Well, that did not do it. I thought I started that video at the time. So give me a second and I'll find it. All right, so I found it. Here we go. Further for you. So are you tired of a sore and achy ass, bikeaholics? When you're riding long distance and long days, your ass will eventually get sore.
After an hour or so, your butt can start to hurt.
It really can.
Yeah.
One of the things I've done is from a good bicycle shop, they'll sell underwear that's padded.
Right.
And that just keeps those two bones in our butts off the seat.
Right.
That actually really helps on a long tour.
Okay.
Tested it, can alleviate pressure points and promote circulation, which is super important for long distance riding. It significantly reduces shocks and road vibration, thus alleviating a lot of lower back pain, and the entire thing is hypoallergenic. As far as adventure and off-road riding goes, let me tell you, I'm amazed the thing held up like a champ, and I really like having it.
These are the Winx Ultra Shorts. They are so good. I can't ride without them anymore. They're a 90-day money-back guarantee. There's also 50% sale on right now. Like right now, half off.
Right. Like right now, half off. Fucking idiot. And he's probably just another guy. So people do those commercials. It gets deep, but there's companies, because I didn't even tell you all the emails I got from people. They basically hire wannabe actors to do. Yeah, sure. They pay them a certain amount they send them the product, and there's a site, and I'll look in our Evernote because I kept it. The guy was really honest. He goes,
it's like paid influencers.
Yeah, paid and they're nobodies.
Yeah.
They want to get to Hollywood, and there's some cheap ass company where you can get like cheap commercial jobs, and they'll just pay you, hey, here's $300, try to promote these shorts, and they'll throw these people in their videos, but they're nobodies. You can't even find them so it gets deep, and that's what these shady companies do. So now, first of all, you guys heard there, they completely, when you heard my voice, you can see what they did there. It completely sounds like it's all about the shorts. And I will say, number one, I'm just going to tell you, regardless of this company or any other company, padded shorts on a touring bike is the stupidest fucking thing that you can waste your money on.
They're not even designed.
They're not. The
padding's in the middle, so if you're riding on a bicycle seat, it would pad that area. So the middle, just right down the middle. It's got nothing
Right.
for the rest of your ass. Unlike the butt buffer that lays on your seat and protects your whole ass, and you can move around on it and all that kind of stuff. This thing's obviously was designed for bicycling,
Yes.
not motorcycling.
Yes. Straight from a sweatshop overseas, guys. The cheapest ass stuff that you can find. Do not fall for it. Everybody, like literally, guys, I did this YouTube video. Go over and read the comments. People that bought these said they're shit. I didn't get one comment, I swear to God, that I've seen on there. And I've went through a lot of comments where somebody said, it's a great product and it was great. People tried to return them. They couldn't return them. They couldn't get a hold of customer service. They were cheap ass. They didn't help at all. They're cheap. The stitching didn't hold. People tried to get refunds. They couldn't get refunds. It's the cheapest of cheapest sweatshop overseas product that you can possibly buy. And that's what these companies, pop-up companies, do. They basically overseas, a factory makes a shitload of one product like these for a nickel. And then these pop-up companies buy thousands of them. And then they pop up a site because they can get them for like a nickel a piece and they can sell them for like $15 a piece. You know, you're talking about 300% margins and stuff, whatever. And they pop up a website. They make it look professional, which they tried to do in this case. It's going to look legitimate. And obviously they started with bicycles and then they're like, what other demographic can we sell these to? Let's try to make it for motorcycles. And obviously then they just start stealing because they don't want to make their own videos and they just steal intellectual property and they try to use influencers like me because they could never hire anybody like me. So anyways, yeah, there's a different, larger channels and bigger channels, thanking me for calling them out. Matt Laidlaw, I pinned his comment. Obviously friends with Matt, become friends with him over the years, but he was glad that I did it because we all deal with this. And it's just obviously a thorn in my side and very unfortunate. But the problem is, and Lurch mentioned it before, and I'm going to pull up some notes I had here. So what I found out, and I appreciate everybody making comments over on the video, but there was a lot of comments, which it was my fear, is that people would buy those thinking that I was actually promoting, because I promote a lot of products. And so I saved a lot of these comments, obviously for evidence purposes, to show that their stealing of my intellectual property and using my influence to sell their cheap ass product is people are buying them because of that.
And I don't know that the company just wants to obviously use your stuff and promote their stuff, but they obviously don't care that can ruin your reputation, because you've worked hard in this space to have a reputation of honest, fair reviews and saying the good and the negative about stuff. And if people are buying this shitty little pair of undies that have pads on them and believe that you were backing it, that can damage your reputation.
Yep, exactly. And it did. I mean, to a certain extent. That's why I put the video out. Like this guy, he says, here's a comment: "Stay away, I got scammed by Winx wheels. I did get the product and then threw them away. Like you said, I thought you endorsed them. Mm-hmm. Thank you for the video and vigilant bikeaholics." Thank you for leaving that. There was a lot of, I'm just reading a few that I saved screenshots and captures. Let's see this one. Yeah. "I fell for their ad featuring you and bought the shorts because I was fooled into believing you endorsed them. I tried the shorts, but they are no good. No luck in returning them. Thank you for sharing this information." Again, I can go on and on, guys. That's when it hit me. I was like, son of a bitch. I thought, but looking at it, I get why. I thought people would look at it and realize that I would never endorse a cheap ass product like that. Like you said, that's my reputation on the line, because I do talk about a lot of products, good and bad. And so a lot of people that maybe didn't see my video now or haven't heard this podcast and saw one video from me and bought them is never going to trust me again based on my recommendation, which was not my recommendation. That really upsets me. I can get really fired up. When I started seeing those comments, I don't think I had really internalized that yet. I was like, okay, they're stealing my shit. It's egregious. It's bullshit. But I was like, are people really buying them and falling for it, thinking it's me? Yeah, they are. Mm-hmm. And that's horrible. And that pisses me off bad. And I will tell you, stay tuned, because we did actually get correspondence from the owner of the company. Once we figured out who the owner was, this gets deeper. And the best thing we can do is call this out. Like I said, you guys are seeing, we did our due diligence. I waited 2 years to do a video. At the end of the day, listen to what we have to say, but also do your own diligent research. If you want to go buy them and you think they're a good product, please go do so. I don't recommend them because I haven't tested them or reviewed them, but go you might want to read the comments on the YouTube video from the biker community. You guys get what I'm saying. I'm telling you what is available online, and I'm also sharing personal correspondence that I had with the company and my personal experience. Okay. What I would tell you is don't get padded shorts. Get the original thing. The video I made which is a butt buffer, which is an actual solution for motorcyclists. If you're a bicyclist, there's 3 million bullshit padded shorts on Amazon to choose from, and they're all cheap and they're all from the same factories for the most part. Go do that. If you're mountain biker or whatever, if you think that's going to solve your problem, but that is not how you solve the problem. You solve the problem, with a butt buffer seat cushion from the Law Abiding Biker store, of course. Hospital grade material. It does help, dampens the vibrations, all that kind of stuff. It actually covers more than the inner crack of your ass. Okay. That's what you need, for a wide motorcycle touring seat. That is what I would suggest. When I dirt bike, I don't even wear butt padded shorts. We wear padded shorts, but they're on the hips and stuff for when we fall and hit rocks and things like that. That makes sense. But padded shorts for motorcyclists make 0 sense whatsoever, as you will read in the YouTube comments if you choose to go over and go down that rabbit hole. It's very interesting. Okay. So we got the padded shorts. Basically, the pop-up companies, that's what they do. They buy tons of them, and I started going down a bit of a rabbit hole. I wanted to research the company at this point because I was like, okay, now I'm done. Now I'm making a video about this. I did put a copyright violation with Facebook investigation with the post, and it only took 2 days, and they realized that was my intellectual property. It was very easily provable. I sent the evidence, and I've got a lot of stuff saved if we need it. I'm hoping this will be the end of Winx Wheels as far as stealing my intellectual property. But if not, we will take things further. So where am I going with this? So we went down and I started checking them out online. And so red flags, guys. The unfortunate part is a lot of people buy within Facebook or within Instagram and stuff. Now, a reputable Instagram account like ours, you can shop right there. I tag products and things like that. I would stay away from that for the most part.
If you don't really know the company
unless you really know the company well, because that's how they do it, is people pop through. I'm just a little bit more, I research companies before I buy from them. So if it's a company I haven't heard from, I'll actually go before I ever bought shorts like this. But like what these companies do is they just throw just a shitload of advertising money. So they're in their feeds over and over, and eventually they get you. If you don't know about the psychology of advertising, that is advertising 101. They say somebody needs to see or hear something about 8 to 10 times before they'll take action. And believe it or not, you've all done it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I look back on some of the things I've bought from even podcasts that I trust, about the 10th, around the 8th or 10th time, you're like, you know what, maybe I do need to try that olive oil out and order it, so it's definitely true. If you look back at your own purchasings, especially if you're a podcast listener or social media person, engaging with that, it'll eventually get to you.
Yep. That is, if you don't believe it, it's true. Think back in your life. I guarantee it. I don't let it get me. Cause I will just go do my own research and stuff, things like that, because I understand that. But it's not a bad thing, especially if it's a good product and it's something you need. I'm all for it. But that's what they do. and it works. And it works. We don't do that here at Law Abiding Biker Media. In fact, we should spend more advertising money, but we really don't. All our stuff is pretty organic and authentic. But they know that. And so if they spend X amount of dollars, it's all just numbers. If they spend X amount of dollars in the funnel and they get you at 10 times and you buy this, they've made X amount of dollars. It's literally a spreadsheet of numbers. And it's a funnel. It's called a marketing funnel. And they funnel a lot of you. And you'll punch through. So I would go to the websites, guys, unless it's a company like us that you trust and know and you're not going to get burned. Because when you go to their website, the first thing you should always do is scroll to the bottom and look for contact information. And that will tell you really quick whether it's a legit company. Okay, they have a contact form. Go to their YouTube channel. 44 subscribers. Yeah, that's a problem, right? These are not a well-known companies. If they were, they would have, most companies, like even Zero doesn't have a lot of subscribers. They're a huge company. It's just because a lot of people don't go to the brand. They want to hear from other channels, independent channels. Brands aren't just really normal, like your normal brands just aren't good at running YouTube channels. They just sell good motorcycle products and they let people like us promote them if they're good and things like that. So go to that, go to the YouTube channel, go to their followers, go to Winx Wheels followers, on their Instagram. Unfortunately, a lot of these companies can rack up Instagram followers because people just hit like real quick or follow real quick. So be a little bit wary of that, but go find their address, Google them. If you Google let's do it right now. Let's see, address of Law Abiding Biker store or something like that. Right there in AI overview, the address for Law Abiding Biker store is 3302 Main Street, Union Gap, Washington, 98903. Like, bam. Take those companies and Google them and say address of Winx Wheels. And then look at the address. So what we did is I started looking at this company. We couldn't find them. Obviously who owns Law Abiding Biker Media. We're very transparent. We have podcasts. We have a YouTube channel. Like, we're everywhere. This company will not be everywhere. And when you start Googling who owns Winx Wheels and things like that, you will not find, it will be very difficult to find it. Who owns Law Abiding Biker? I'm Googling that. For AI overview, Law Abiding Biker, a podcast, media outlet, a store is owned by Ryan Urlacher, who's also CEO and founder. He describes himself as a biker podcaster film. Anyways, it goes on. That's how quick that was, guys. Who owns Go Google who owns Winx Wheels. You will find a laundry list of possible owners and investment groups. When you start, it literally take you a minute to figure out before you bought from Winx Wheels that they're a shady, non-reputable company. It's unfortunate a lot of people don't do that online these days. I feel bad for you. That's how you get scammed. That's how you get burned, is not doing. If you've never heard of a company, just do some quick if you've never heard of Law Abiding Biker Media or Ryan Urlacher, 30 seconds of Google search, you would realize, oh, geez, legit, nothing hidden, very transparent, my face everywhere, my name, my full name, our store address. This isn't you about us page, Law Abiding Biker. I mean, the first a whole Google page is all our YouTube channel, our podcast. I mean, it's that simple. So I would encourage you with biker stuff to do that. You go ahead.
I just did. It says an AI overview is not available for this search. And when you go to their about
what
us
was your
page,
search though?
Oh, I just who owns Winx Wheels motorcycle shorts, because when I did Winx Wheels, it came up some digital media company. So I did motorcycle shorts. But also, if you look at their about us page, they got this little story about Brendan, Will, and Mitch, this trio of friends.
Oh, yeah, I found that too.
And at the end of it, it just says, right on, Brendan, Will, and Mitch. No last names or nothing like that. You have your last name there. You know you're a person.
Yep.
We don't know if Brendan, Will, and Mitch are even real people.
Right.
And a good chance they're not. If they are, my apologies, but I doubt they are.
Yeah, right. I think maybe at one time when they started it, it was a bicycle. I think my research, but they sold it a long time ago.
I'm sure that's the case, yeah.
And obviously a shady company like this is picked it up, or an investment group, which we'll get into a little bit. So I would just ask, so we found that, contact, rabbit hole, addresses. So we found we found an address in, where's my show notes? There it is. You want to talk about some of the new Zero 3D stuff real quick?
Absolutely. We're getting pretty excited about some of this stuff. We do have videos coming out, and we do have a couple products available in the store now for the 23.5 CVOs and then the 24 and 25 Road Glide Street Glide Ultra. It is a replacement license plate. So you get rid of that big bulbous light that's on the rear of the bike, and you can replace it with either chrome or black curved license plate holder and frame that just cleans up the back of your bike and contours to the rear fender. And then we also have vent. These aren't out yet, but we have installed them and we're testing them. There's vent lights for both the Road Glide and the Street Glide. Go up. They use what they call ghost technology, so you don't really see them when they're off. But when you turn them on, you can do all kinds of cool stuff. If you use the Light Strike Commander, there's also a standard plug-in that just gives you basic run, turn, brake. But with the Light Strike Commander, you can control that vent light. You can make it do cool things depending on what your state laws are. But it definitely has a either white or amber color. It has turn signals and a running light. But you can do animations with it. So you can go down the road looking like Knight Rider if you want.
Yeah, Knight Rider, bitch.
That's a lot of fun. And we got some more stuff coming out. It's just all starting to roll out. And hopefully between now and June, July, a lot of that stuff should be in. So just keep an eye on the website. Plus, we'll be dropping videos when it comes into stock and letting you know. And if you got the new bikes, check that stuff out.
Roger that. I love it on my bike. Zero 3D, a reputable company.
Yes, they are.
So did you text me a phone number?
I did. That was from their contact page, and I'm not sure if it's the same one that you have.
Let's see. So
it may work out to be the same one, but I just wanted to give it to you.
That's the other thing, guys. So they had some sketchy number. And I actually, the day before I did the video, called it, and I got a message. It was 1-800-Winx-Tech. And I got a number, and it actually answered, and it said, can you let us know? You know, it started asking me questions about my age and demographic. They were collecting information. And so it was just a message. Hey, how you doing? You know, and it was total bullshit. And I tried to talk back, and it just talked over me. And I said, you know, then I said, fuck you. And just to see what it would do. And it kept talking over me, fuck you twice, and just playing around. So I tried to call it on the video. When I did it the next day, number gone. So weird. Can't get connected now. So we're actually let's call it. So obviously sketchy company, and moving their phone numbers around. So let's see. I'm just going to call it. Let's see what we get. Let's call it live here. Let's do it. Call.
And again, this is it came off of their About Us page. It's the only place I found a phone number.
Hello, and thank you for calling Winx Wheels. To better assist you, please leave your name, phone number, email address, and your order number after the tone. Rest assured, our dedicated team will return your call shortly. Get ready to ride in style and comfort with our exclusive range of motorcycle and cycle clothing, as well as accessories. Whether you're a seasoned rider or just starting your journey, Winx Wheels is your go-to destination for all things on two wheels. Feel the wind, embrace the freedom, and let your adventure begin with Winx Wheels.
So corny. Your shorts suck, and you need to stop stealing influencers on YouTube. Stop stealing their intellectual property and committing copyright infringements. Your company's a joke, and the biker community does not accept you anymore. Thank you. That was live. All right.
That just adds to it. Doesn't even ring. Straight to voicemail.
Right.
It's just an answering service. You're never going to get anybody. You call our number. We may not answer because we might be doing a podcast. We might be with a customer, but it actually is a phone number.
Right.
It rings.
And it's not a 1-800.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. No doubt, dude.
Jeez.
Interesting. Good find.
Thank you.
Because the Winx Tech wouldn't work, and I feel better that I vented on the message. It'll probably go nowhere. And I don't care. If they start calling me, I'll just block them.
Yeah, there you go.
Anywho, so yeah, those are red flags, guys. Piggybacking off that, the other day I was researching. I needed to buy E-Track for the LAB cargo trailer, and this one product I really wanted. It's a clothes rack hanger, and it came up, and I found it, and I'm like, I've never heard of this company that sells E-Track stuff. I'm not just going to buy from them. I did a really quick research on them. Totally legit. Found just like I did. I did literally a minute of research, and they pop right up. You know who owns it. You know who it is. I was like, okay, and I went and bought from them, but a lot of people don't do that. They just think, oh, well, they're online, they're legit. Before I do that, I am doing a little research. So I was just thinking about that. Just do a little bit of due diligence, guys, and it will save you from being scammed pretty quickly. So 1-800-WINX-TECH apparently no longer. So what we found out is this was, and I appreciate the community. A lot of the community heard it and they reached out to me and gave me laundry lists, because different people have access to different database, or they understand the space and investment companies. And they sent me laundry lists of stuff about Winx Wheels, and here's who they actually are. And then I did my own research, and I used AI, to help me with some of that search stuff. Anyways, Winx Wheels is through a Zara investment group is what we found. And so finding the address, there's a business address in Henderson, Nevada, and the biker community actually, we live down there. People were pissed for me. People were more pissed than me. I thought somebody was going to whack somebody. I was like, I did not call for a whacking.
No call for violence.
No call for violence.
Maybe boycotting.
Right, exactly. So somebody within a day went by the location. It's like a little tiny, and I looked on Google Maps, it's like a little tiny space within a space of lots of spaces, if that makes sense.
It's not the space.
Yeah. Like a little suite.
Yeah.
And they went by and nobody's in the parking lot. Looks like it's closed. The windows are a mirror tint. They send me pictures. You can't see inside. So that's what these fake companies do, is they just get an address. Further shows across the mountains from us in Tacoma, Washington, a listed address in Tacoma, which actually is a little bit closer to the owner once we found that out. And I looked that up. It's a residential home, and you can see it on Google Maps. I did not give that address on the video, nor will I here, because it's probably fake, or maybe it's possible that the actual owner lives there. I don't want to do any of that, guys. But the commercial building, somebody went by. You can find it yourself, but I'm not encouraging anybody to check that address out. That residential address doesn't matter. It's not going to change anything. That's a red flag residential address. And then people dug in further and found, I want to say the actual company's address, official address, they're not even from the U.S. technically speaking, Lilyville, New South Wales, Australia. If you look Lilyville, New South Wales, Australia up on Google Maps, it's got a population of 30 and it's a wilderness area. It's the most absurd thing in the world. That's their actual company official address.
This is interesting. Something with Australia, and not that there's a big conspiracy, but there's a company out there, Quadlock, that makes phone stuff, and they're out of Australia.
A bicycle company again.
Yeah, another bicycle company. It's interesting.
Making holders for bicycles, not trying to make. We did a video on it.
Yeah, but it's similar. You got bicycling shorts that they're trying to push for motorcycles. You got phone holders.
They ride a lot of bicycles in Australia.
It could just be a coincidence, or maybe there's some conspiracy where doing international stuff out of Australia. I don't know. The whole thing's kind of strange.
Yeah, it is strange. Lilyville, New South Wales, Australia.
Okay. That's right. I remember you pulling that up as just forest.
Yeah, right. It's just like wilderness area. Okay, so diving in a little deeper, as the days went on, I found out way more than I disclosed in my video because people were helping me. It was insane. I couldn't keep up. So what we did find out is Winx Wheels is a limited, but it's hard to find this information. It's a limited liability, limited partnership. Date filed November 15th, 2023. They started stealing my intellectual property in late 2022. So it makes sense when this pop-up company happened. And that's when the first videos of my intellectual property was stolen. Status says they're active. So they've got a principal mailing address in Tacoma, and that was the residential home, which likely is the owner, I would think, because this owner is from Tacoma area. Registered agent, Zara Investment Group, and this is the governor, Jennings Bubba. And that's
Bubba Jennings?
Yeah, okay, Bubba Jennings. And he's technically the owner of it, and I've confirmed that because Bubba sent me an email directly after he got a notification from Facebook that he was violating copyright law and stealing my intellectual property. And he was, they'll put strikes against you on Facebook. And then he reached out directly to me, which I appreciate, but this has been going on for 2.5 years. Here's what I say. It's kind of like the kid that keeps, doing something bad and keeps doing it over and over, and you scold them, and each time they just say, I'm sorry, I won't do it again, and they keep doing it. It loses its effect. And that's where we're at, Mr. Bubba Jennings, is you can't blame video editors. You are responsible for the company. You own the company. What happens with the company is I am the owner of a company. It is my responsibility at the end of the day. It is your responsibility to not steal intellectual property. And so you can't just keep saying we'll tell our video editors. Nope. You fire those video editors because they are thieves. They are stealing on your behalf. So let's see. The shared address and governance indicate a close operational and managerial connection between Zara Investment Group and Winx Wheels. Again, this just goes on and on and on. So, yeah, I just saw your vid. Yeah. So this is one of the gentlemen. I thank you. I live in Henderson, Nevada, only about 5 miles from their alleged location in town. I drove there after work to check it out. Suite 106. It appears to be a very empty storefront. No name or any identifying markings anywhere near the place. I took a couple of pictures of the suite. If you're interested, and we're looking at it here again, just a vacant storefront. And it's got mirrored windows. I don't know if he went up and tried to cup his hands and all that. Another guy comment, I almost bought from them thinking you were backing them up. So yeah, lots of stuff going on here. And I'm just looking through my notes here. So I will read from the owner. I did not respond to Bubba Jennings. I am appreciative that he reached out directly, and that's fine. We're monitoring closely Winx Wheels to see if any other stuff comes up. I am a very reasonable guy. I literally just want to run my business. I just don't want to be stolen from. That's all. So I'd appreciate that if Winx Wheels would stop that and just run a reputable company. You know what I mean? Who knows how many other companies Zara Investment Groups, owns and things like that. So let's do this real quick. And then I will, we got some follow-up stuff to do, and then I'll read the actual email.
Ride longer and treat your ass with some respect already.
With a butt buffer, not padded shorts.
Get hooked up with a premium butt buffer seat cushion. This company of bikers, and they are a company, a real one, developed a super thin hospital grade seat made of solid and elastic materials, and it's unlike gel pads that'll leak if punctured. The butt buffer is designed not to slide around your seat, fits all motorcycles, installs in seconds, easily cleans, and helps dampen those damn vibrations. With plenty of miles to choose from, they assure you'll have a comfortable ass when riding. Head on over to the Law Abiding Biker store and check out our line of butt buffer seat cushions.
There you go. And so, of course, I've retained all this. I've retained the email, the videos, all that kind of stuff. I'm not going to get into any legal actions that may or may not be taken. We'll keep that internally here at Law Abiding Biker Media. But I'm very happy to share. Where did I do with it? Here we go. So this is from once we found that, and it took about probably 5 days. Honestly, I don't even know if this Bubba even knows that I put out a video. I didn't tell them. I'm just or anything like that. That's just not the way I correspond. They did get a cease and desist again, email, and of course through Facebook, copyright infringement strike, and their ads were pulled and all that kind of stuff. So it reads, again, I have this email right here, and it's very, very well saved. And I have the email address to confirm who it's from. My name, Dear Law Abiding Biker Media Team. Again, this is a response to being pulled on Facebook and Instagram, which is Meta. They're all the same. My name is Bubba, and I operate a business called Winx Wheels, which provides motorcycle apparel and accessories. I was recently informed by Meta that one of my Facebook advertisements was taken down following a copyright infringement reported filed by your company. I take intellectual property rights very seriously. I'll read on. Okay, let me start over because I take intellectual property rights very seriously and would never intentionally use another brand's content without proper authorization. Again, let me just read it. I outsource my ads from a subcontractor. If there is a violation, I'm unaware of it and want to resolve it immediately. I respectfully request more details about the specific content in question so I can understand how it may have violated your rights. Also, Meta has asked that once we resolve this matter, you send them a message. Please let me know how we can resolve this matter amicably and swiftly. I appreciate your time and look forward to working this out. Sincerely, Bubba Jennings, manager. He leaves his phone number, an email, and a website and email, which we're not going to disclose here. So again, this is the problem, and I appreciate him reaching out, but it's immediately pawning of the responsibility by a company owner. If you outsource, it's very easy to find. Watch your own ads that you're posting, and you'll see, hey, who's that guy? Okay, and that's not an excuse. That company, whoever you're outsourcing, would be immediately fired by me. Number two, I would keep tabs on what ads they're putting out because you're outsourcing to sketchy companies. That's what all these sketchy pop-up companies like Winx Wheels, they outsource. They aren't involved in the company. He has, probably people running. He keeps no real tabs on it. It's just a moneymaker. It's a scam. They don't give a shit about the product. They don't he's probably never even worn them. Who knows if he even rides motorcycles. Also, Lurch, it was tied to a church or something.
I just sent you his Facebook.
Why don't you say that?
So
since
it's kind of an interesting, I found him on his Facebook profile, but it says impact investor, acquisition, mentor or entrepreneur, a mentor, Christian pastor, and family man. It's kind of what his banner says up top. But he's apparently a broker at a realty group and a lead pastor at a church over in Tacoma.
And we found multiple instances of being a pastor in Tacoma. Mm-hmm. Multiple people sent us that. So I think that's confirmed.
Oh, it is. I just found it.
Okay.
On the Facebook. At least he's
so there you go.
It, so,
so here again, running a church, not just involved in these investment groups and these fly-by-night companies. And that is going to happen to you, Bubba, when you're not involved with your company. That would be like me not being involved with Law-Abiding Biker Media. You can't keep your finger on everything. And, just selling some random product and outsourcing everything and actors and all this bullshit. It's not an honest way to run a company, in my opinion.
Yeah, and in all fairness to him, this may not have been done with malice on his behalf. He just may not have had oversight.
Correct.
In the advertising.
Yep.
Which, as you said earlier, it falls on him. It's his
not an
company.
excuse.
It's not an excuse.
Yeah, it's kind of like, at the end of the day, it falls on the leaders and owners of the company. Mm-hmm. You have to have control. It's not an excuse. And to keep using the excuse that's what puts the bad taste in the mouth. Just go, yeah, I failed. I need to get involved with my company. Instead just I outsource it, everything just pawning off. So I don't appreciate that. If you can't run your company and you can't keep control of it, then you probably shouldn't be running a company, in my opinion. You've lost control of your company. And again, that's the way these investment groups and things, they run companies. They'll have multiple owners. It'll be an investment group. They'll just outsource it all. And they don't really even know. They just get 10% or whatever a month from the company sales or whatever it is. I don't know how this is set up, but that's very common. And so and you can own 3 or 4 of them, and you just outsource the cheapest China Asian products that you can source, and you really have no involvement in the industry or even care about the biker community at all. That's the difference between somebody like Law Abiding Biker Media, who's vested in the community, part of the community, cares about the products, uses the products, rather than just, hey, all right, if we make X amount of dollars, I get 10% each month, run it and outsource everything.
Yeah, just looking at the Zera Investment Group website, one of the things they say, they're obviously financing a lot of this stuff, because it says Zera Investment Group is an independent sponsor firm that specializes in buying and building small businesses. So he's obviously tied in with it. They may be doing a lot of the dumping the money into the social media and maybe even putting together the advertising, but he's definitely not watching the advertising to see what's going on.
Right. Yep. That's what happens when you run a fly-by-night company like that and you're not involved in it, so to speak, except for a paycheck. And you should test your products too and know what you're selling, because people are not happy with Winx wheels. I didn't get one positive comment. I swear to God, go over to YouTube. If you find one, send it to me, because I can't find them. Like, people are outraged, and it's a good way to take a company down. You might want to head back over to the bicycle space, because motorcyclists don't put up with this kind of crap. And we do watch out for each other. So anything else on that? I'll sum it up by saying, be careful, guys. Oh, the new company that popped up.
Oh, yeah.
Now, I just want to say this. I don't know much about this company, but they're exactly doing the exact same thing that Winx Wheels is. They're bombarding your Facebook and Instagram feeds, YouTube. They are selling the same. They look exactly the same. Again, they're all getting them from the same Asian factory, and they're all just trying to label them and make them their own. They're bicycle and snowboard. In this case, before this episode, I've been seeing them over the last 3 weeks in my feed. It's do your own research. I'm not going to dive into this company. I will tell you at first glance, and the 2 minutes of research I did before the episode, they look exactly the same. I can't find them. There's no address on the website. They're trying to sell these cheap ass shorts for motorcycles, and then they snowboard and moto on their website. They haven't stolen my intellectual property. I'm not calling them out. I'm telling you, I would do research on your own before you buy anything from them. And it is Ripple, RIPPL, and it's Ripple Impact Gear. But their site, going to it here, I just went to it and I can't find it now. Yeah, RippleImpactGear.com. And it's the same. Look at where the pad is. If you even look at the shorts, you'll realize that is not helping with a motorcycle seat. It's in your crack and up around the sides of your ass crack and down low, because that's where a little skinny bicycle seat rides on you. Look at the rest of the ass. It doesn't even cover, the pads don't even cover the whole rest of the ass. That's the actual part when you're riding a motorcycle is going to get sore. These are for bicycles. 70% off, sale ends 5 hours. It's such a scam. 5 hours, 39 minutes and 40 seconds. Go back here in a week and it'll say the same thing. It'll say sale ends 70% off. It's such a scam, in my opinion. Go do your own. Oh, same guy grabbing his ass you always got to have the guy grabbing his butt cheek. Oh yeah. We've got the impact. It's such a pop-up site, guys. Geez. And then a pop-up ad already trying to sell me more. 70% off. Enter your email. We go down, contact us. Only a contact form. Did you look them up? Who owns Ripple? Can you Google that real quick?
Well, I'm just looking at SEC violations on Zera. Ooh.
Oh, also, I forgot. Thank you. Yeah. With Winx Wheels, I went to Better Business Bureau, and they've got like 0-star review. They're actually got 4 investigations against them for theft of intellectual property, copyright. I'm one of them. I filed. That's number 5 for them. Better Business Bureau. Just go there and try to find that. Let's find this. Let's see who owns Ripple Impact Gear padded shorts company.
On Zara, on the SEC website here, it says that the complaint alleges that...
Which is SEC, remind me what that is?
That is the Securities and Exchange Commission.
Okay.
It's federal, and they oversee financial stuff and business operations.
Right.
But there's a lot of talk about misappropriating funds, and basically it says here that, if I can go back to the page that I was looking at here, the complaint also alleges that Romero, who apparently owns this company.
This is funny. So I put who owns Ripple Impact Gear padded shorts motorcycle. The first thing in AI, again, this is an AI overview, guys, so don't trust them all the time. But Ripple Impact Gear, brand owned by Power Brands Ltd, does not claim either express or imply that their product can guarantee protection against any and all impacts or incidents. I thought they were doing it for not impacts, but because you're not going to have any back pain. You're going to be so comfortable with these padded bicycle shorts.
I found what I was going to read. So Luis Romero apparently owns Zara because he's noted in this, Zara and him personally, Luis Romero. It says the complaint further alleges that Zara has no meaningful business apart from raising money and making Ponzi-like payments to investors.
Yep. It's just, the whole thing's a scam, guys. Yeah. Power Brands Limited was acquired by, oh God, see, this is the rabbit. We're going to stop here, but I just got to read this. So then once I found out that Ripple Impact Gear is owned by Power Brands Limited, then I said, who owns Power Brands Limited? And you get Power Brands Limited was acquired by the Martin Bauer Group on March 1st, 2021. And the Martin Bauer Group acquired by majority stake in Power Brands, meaning they now own the company. And then I guarantee I could Google who owns Martin Bauer Group. There you go. That's all I need right there. Once you start seeing investment groups and buying out and new owners, I'm done. I will never, even if they had the best product in the world, I would never order from because they're sketchy.
Yeah, it's very eye-opening. This is just two examples, Winx and then this other one here that you were just talking about. That there's a lot of these companies. They're just investment groups. They're buying stuff. They're financing it. They're dumping a bunch of money into your Facebook and your Instagram and just selling you shit.
Yep.
Lots of them.
Lots stuff.
Of them. Yeah.
So just
do your due diligence. Check out a company.
That took us 2 minutes.
Yeah.
And it took us a little longer because we're on a podcast. But you literally, as soon as I Googled two things on, Power Brands Limited and Martin Bauer Group, done. I would go, no, I'm never ordering from them. I don't, that's a scam, fly by night companies. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Enough. I don't want to bore y'all, but, the reason we do episode like this, number one, this is the biker community. We're helping each other. We're bikers helping biker. This is a way we can help a lot of you so you don't get burned. Hopefully it opened your eyes a little bit. The biker community is unique. That's why when these companies try to infiltrate us, and they've scammed a lot of you, we have a community and we have a voice. And that's one of the biggest things I said back in the day. That's why our hashtag is Biker Revolution. It is a biker revolution. And what I mean by that a lot is that the industry changed once we started the podcast 14 years ago. Before that, it was, you had to buy, only what was in front of you. There was no way to find out if it was good products. The motorcycle and all spaces could just push whatever they wanted on you. And there was no voice. There was no, hey, there's 3,000 motorcycle products. Which ones are good and which ones aren't? That's the biker revolution, is we don't have to live that way anymore. And when companies like this come in and try to sell us cheap stuff, try to rip us off, those days are gone with platforms like this where we can speak and we have your voice. Of course, we have the platform, but we love, when you guys, call in or leave us information or email me and say people are stealing your shit, stuff like that. That's the biker revolution. It's a different time and we don't have to be ripped off. We don't have to be scammed, and we can find out what's good and what's not, because we get so many emails a day, guys, you wouldn't understand, from overseas companies and non-reputable companies. Like for the next 5 years could try to review stuff and wouldn't be caught up. Delete. We look at it because sometimes, then there's reputable companies. I mean, that's how we hooked up many years ago with a lot of the sponsors now and stuff. But we have to sift through all that stuff. Everybody wants to send me, I could have like 14 electric bikes right now.
Yeah.
I'm not against them. I want to review a couple. There's a couple brands that I actually, not bicycles, but more electric motorcycles. But sorry, this non-brand, and you look and it's a link through to Amazon. I'm not into that. We're looking for quality products that I can, get behind, and something that benefits the motorcycle community. So that is the biker revolution. That is the day and age we're in. And if you guys find out, I really encourage you, if you find out any other scam companies, or other people selling these motorcycle shorts or any other scam products that you think are scams, send them to us. We'll look into them. Especially, let's keep up on these bicycle shorts. Do not buy bicycle shorts for your motorcycle. Number one, I don't care who they're from. They're just not made for that. Because I think there's going to be more. Many investment groups and companies bought out these Asian factories. I assume it's Asian. It's overseas nonetheless. And they bought out all these padded shorts, and they've got millions of them, and they're all popping up companies trying to sell them all. So there's probably more than Ripple Impact or Winx Wheels. Again, with Ripple Impact, that was light research. Do your own research. But you're going to see them in your feeds, and they've got some really dorky commercials and dorky people on there. But again, they have not stolen, to my knowledge, any of my intellectual property. If you guys see any of that or any other company stealing my face and you think it's wrong and that it's not me backing it, please, even if it is, send it to me just so I can check into it. That's the only way that I can find this stuff. So thank you very much. We want to thank the following people. We love our patron members. We want you to be a patron member. We want to, get you involved. We want to get to know you better and all that kind of stuff. But the only way you can support us is through a flat donation. We never buck at a flat donation. I want to thank the following people.
We'd like to thank Albert Dyes, Jamie Caldwell of Star, Idaho, and Scott Lohman of Montague, Michigan.
Yeah. Thank you very much. lawabidingbiker.com/donate. Again, /donate. And thank you very much. It helps put a little fuel in the Law Abiding Biker gas tank.
So we can keep this thing running on down the road.
Whew, that went longer than I thought, but I feel better. I got it off my chest. And if you guys have any experiences, leave your comments. You can go to lawabidingbiker.com/whatever episode number this is. And you can actually leave comments right on our website, or just hit us up, lawabidingbiker.com/contact, and tell us your personal experience. We'll do a follow-up episode. We'll maybe just up front of an episode and reference this and say, hey, so-and-so thought it was me. I'd really like to hear this is what I really like to hear. If you saw that, and I know that's a little bit embarrassing for some people. I get it. We're not going to hack on you. A lot of people, I appreciate that on YouTube, stepped up and go, yeah, I did it. I actually got suckered by them after like the 10th time, and I bought some and they suck and I threw them away. We're not going to make fun of you. That happens all the time. It's okay. I see how somebody might buy those based on those ads, especially with my face.
Right.
So if that happened to you and you thought it was me and thus you bought them, and whether they were good or not, even if they're good, let me know. I'm not trying to steer you one way or another, but let us know your experience and that you bought them because of me. I'd really, really appreciate that information. And we'll see about reading a few of those just to really cement how much egregious this violation was. All right, guys. Thanks for being here. I hope somehow it wasn't too boring for you. Hopefully it was educational, and hopefully next time, you'll see stuff like this. You'll do just a little bit of research on these companies. And a lot of people don't. Like my family, we're very internet based. I'm very savvy. Our company runs around the internet and computers. And so it's very hard to scam me. I've actually never been scammed. But I get it. Like I talk to my family, and my mom's always calling me and saying, hey, this doesn't seem right. I kind of gave her red flags, and she still almost pushes yes sometimes on some things. I'm like, Mom, that is not the way things work. So she's getting better. She at least just stops and calls me and sends me a screenshot. And I go, scam. It looks so real. I know. It's so easy to get scammed out there. Last thing we want is bikers out there to be scammed. Lose your hard-earned money. Get a shitty product. That's what we're trying to do here, is sift through all this stuff. But that is a monumental task. that we'll never complete, but we do the best we can. Yeah, it's a 3 podcast day for us here, guys.
Yeah.
We're doing
one.
That was
2
one.
more.
2 more. We're doing 2 recorded episodes. They're all recorded, of course, but one will be live later this afternoon for our beloved mid-level and above patron members, and that's always fun. We'll be talking about Lurch's new bike.
Yep, the old 24 Road Glide.
And his purchasing experience, and that'll be a fun episode. Of course, it will come out in podcast format later for y'all, but it will be oftentimes a month or 2 before you hear that. So patron members, we will be uploading this to the account ASAP within a day, probably today. In between episodes, we'll be
If not tomorrow.
We'll be uploading this to your account so that you can listen to it. Just another one of the many benefits that we are offering to our patron members. If you're not following us, we talked a lot about Facebook and Instagram. We do a lot there. youtube.com/Ryan Urlacher. Search it. You guys all know that, Law Abiding Biker. You'll find it. Facebook @Law Abiding Biker. Instagram @Law Abiding Biker. Twitter x.com @Law Abiding Biker. And one of the other benefits of being a patron member is it's hard to follow us all over YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, all the different places. There's a patron app that you can get hooked up with once you become a patron member, right on your smartphone, Android or iOS. 99% of everything I do online, besides a few of the just regular pictures and stuff, but any video, any short, wherever, it all gets posted to your patron account. So you can literally go one place. And like I say, any of the major posts, any of the videos, any of that. Of course, once in a while, like I said, we'll take a picture in the shop, and that's not going to get put in there. That'll just be on Instagram. But get over there and follow us at all the different places and take advantage of that Patreon app. Peace.